Well, we've already seen some of Hurricane Irma's destruction in Cuba. It made landfall overnight on the country's northeast coast as a Category 5 storm, bringing winds of up to 130 miles per hour. CBS News producer Portia Siegelbaum, she joins me now by phone from Havana. Portia, what's the latest in Cuba? How are you? And what's the feeling on the ground?
Well, I'm fine because I'm in Havana, and so far we have not felt the effects of Irma. In the rest of the country, there's been vast destruction. Even though the eye of the storm actually didn't touch the mainland, it landed on an offshore key off the northeastern coast. And then it rampaged through this chain of keys that are prime tourist destinations, causing a lot of structural damage. And that area had been practically completely evacuated before the storm came. Now people in Havana are in shock because nobody really expected the storm to come this far west. Rena?
So, Portia, Irma didn't make a direct hit there, but there was still a lot of damage, though, right?
Exactly. There's a lot of damage. There's a little town on the eastern central province of the Aclara called Caibarien, and it's been flattened. The winds have literally punched holes in the sides of apartment buildings and took the roof off of houses, down trees, power lines. So there's been a huge amount of destruction. And the Ministry of Agriculture was just saying a short while ago, they've not been able to get to the areas where the storm's gone through to evaluate crop damage, because that can be a very dangerous thing for the island, for the food supply. So that's one of the biggest worrying factors.
We're looking right now, Portia, at the images from Cuba right now. I mean, you're seeing these palm trees and the rain and the wind. Do you think that Cubans took the advice ahead of time, the precautions that were needed ahead of this hurricane?
Well, I'll say that they geared up very late this year, but Cuba has a very, very efficient civil defense organization run by the military. And on Wednesday of this week, when they decided we've got to prepare, they started evacuating people, and there are nearly 1 million people evacuated. They set up shelters quickly. They started moving, harvesting what crops could be harvested, canceling bus and train transportation to the islands, calling in fishing fleets. And people did. It's just that preparations here are more difficult than you might imagine because people don't have a lot of the resources they need to protect their homes. So lives are protected, but property is much harder to protect.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Portia Siegelbaum on the ground there in Havana, Cuba. Thank you for joining us, Portia. Stay safe, please.
Thank you.